Hello, and welcome to episode 1 of my Anno 1404 Let's Play series. This episode will be an introduction to Anno 1404. I started playing the Anno games in 1998. The first in the series was Anno 1602, and it was such a perfect advancement on the Settlers 2 game, which up until that time was my favourite city building game. At this moment in time, my personal two favourite city building games are Caesar 4 and Anno 1404. Both are old games, but in my humble opinion still the best of their type. Anno 1404, known as Dawn of Discovery in North America, is a city building and economic simulation game with real-time strategy elements. Released in 2009, it was developed by Related Designs and produced by Blue Byte. And Blue Byte were of course behind the Settler games, so quality all the way. Anno 1404 is on Steam and is priced at £7.99 or $10.23 roughly. But if you're lucky enough to be watching this before the 5th of July 2017, then it is on sale and costs £2.71 or roughly $3.45. Quality at a bargain price. Anno 1404 is a single player game, but if you get the expansion Venice, it adds multiplayer feature to the game. This is what it says on the Steam store page. A unique and award-winning combination of construction, economy, discovery, diplomacy and combat. Create your own nation with a unique blend of simulation and real-time strategy as you journey across the globe to explore, trade and learn technologies to expand your empire to make your own history. So yes, Anno is one beautiful game. Even today you will see the graphics look lush. It's a beautifully polished, complete game and absolutely fun and enjoyable to play. So over here you can see we've got the menu of the options. We can play a continuous game which just goes on and on and on, or we can do the campaigns or scenario based. You can also load player scenarios. I'm going to go with the campaign as I think that's best suited to a series, and this is going to be a Let's Play series. Simply because with all of the Anno games they are so intuitively easy to play, as in very graphically focused with help windows telling you what to do. It's a great game. Obviously in my normal style I will be pointing out features or things which may help you, so it will be obviously a tutorial but mainly Let's Play, so I'll just call it a Let's Play series. Anyways, let's click on campaign. Over here you can see, starting right at the beginning, you've got chapter 1, a declaration of faith. So show that you are worthy of your fiefdom and support Lord Richard Northburg during construction of his cathedral. And down here it says easy start conditions. As you go through, of course, you can unlock the medium and hard. I'm just going to start here right at the beginning. Okay, so it's just going to go through now, as with all games, and load up the world and get it all ready.
Everything is so much clearer and obvious with hindsight, an illusion, as God moves in mysterious ways. Who would have thought that of all people, the one person who in Anno Domini 1404 took possession of their fiefdom, situated in a minor province of the empire, would soon be mentioned in the same breath as the greatest heroes of our times.
And what a beautiful game this is. Let's set sail.
Pardon me for being so gloomy. I'm afraid terrible news overshadows your arrival. Our beloved Emperor, my esteemed cousin, has been stricken by a puzzling illness. I shall use this cathedral to beg to God in his mercy to spare our ruler. but the construction work is progressing far too slowly. Ah, but where are my manners? I am Lord Northborough, His Majesty's seal bearer. I will lend you a hand until you settle down here. What a peaceful little settlement your new home is. But only when you familiarize yourself with every aspect of it will it blossom into a splendid metropolis under your rule.
And here we go.
Come to my ship immediately, so that we can administer your oath of loyalty and officially grant you these lands.
Okay, so here we are. We've started here. You can see a mini map down here. You can see on the left it shows your population. If you left click on it, it shows you your current settlers and how many boats that you've got, the size of your fleet. Of course, at the moment we've just got I think one boat. Over here on the right, and this is very important, these two are very important in actual fact. You want to always be able to see how your population is doing, but this is the most important. If you left click, it shows you your economy, and at the top is your gross income, how much money in total you're earning from tax. Underneath it shows the maintenance costs of buildings, and any other costs that occur will appear under here. But at the very bottom, this is the one you always want to try to keep in the green. This shows you, after all of your pay of costs of your building maintenance, of beggars and everything else, this is your profit. This is actually what's going into your coffers. Up here you can see how much total money you have in your treasury. Next is your honour, which you will acquire as you do good deeds, which I know y'all will. Over here is the amount of wood that we currently have, and other resources will be appearing along at the top. So there's wood and tools, two main resources that we'll be using. Over here it's telling us what resources we can get from this particular island, which is our start island. We can get cider and we can get hemp. If we left click on it, it would show normally if you can get stone or iron, but there's no resources on this starting island, so I'll show that again later. Here is the name of our island. It's called Falconstone. So if we come down here, on the left it shows you your quest tracker. You can left click and drag that bigger when it starts getting full, but over here it tells us the Emperor's Seal Bearer, go aboard Lord Northbrook's flagship. If you left click over on it, on that, it brings up the help window over here, so you can see what I was talking about when I said intuitive, and it gives you a bit more detail as to what you've actually got to do. So basically we left click on this ship, denoted by this little gold arrow above it.
Now to cut to the chase. By the power of my office as His Majesty the Emperor's seal bearer, I herewith grant you this island. May you always act wisely and justly.
How lovely is that? If only we were all granted an island. Okay, so
The people live a life of privation, and only their steadfast faith helps them bear their burdens. You should build a chapel. It won't hurt to pray for the ailing emperor either.
So you'll see that as we go through and do the tasks he gives us, he'll tell us what to do. When we click OK on that, it'll appear on the left of the screen here, so let's do that. There you go. So it's now telling us to build a chapel. Build a chapel.
First, however, you should have a quick look at the marketplace. It's the heart of every settlement.
Okay, so over here it's telling us build a chapel with 8 peasant houses in its influence. Now Lord Northbrook has suggested to have a look at the marketplace. The marketplace is something that you need if you want to start a new settlement. It gives our settlers, it gives them an opportunity to socialise, in other words, meet other people. Because if it was just one house on an island, they'd all go crazy as quick as anything. So fortunately, we have this, which is the marketplace. Now, the marketplace you can view in two different ways. You can either have it on the scrolls showing the advancement, or this one. I prefer this because it shows you your settlers, all the different types as you get them, and it shows you how much money you're getting, how many houses, and the population. Okay, down here then, let's now look at these blinking icons. This first one is where your construction menu. We click on that.
All your subjects need access to this place so they can meet and hold a market.
Okay, so like he just said there, every house needs a roadway to access to this marketplace. The first thing I normally do is put a road around it.
You will need a large number of helpers to build the chapel. I know all about construction sites. Build peasant houses to allow more people to settle here.
Yeah, alright, give me a chance. I'm trying to explain the game to people that are new to it. Anyway, right, so over here I do the road. If you left click on it, notice it's going to cost some little bit of gold, but hardly anything really. So you left click, and without pressing again, you go to the selected area of what you want your road, and then left click again, and it'll work out the costing for the whole road for you and place it down. Right click gets rid of whatever's on your cursor, so to remove the road, just right click, and now you can see that the peasant house is flashing. It costs just 2 wood. That's all it will cost us to build it. At the moment you can see that we've got 3 houses, peasant houses. When you left click on the house, it shows you a nice...
The wife reckons you should be canonised, or at least beatified.
Okay, when you click on a house, it shows you, as you can see, a peasant there. Shows you how much money you're earning from all the peasants. So all of them together is getting us 22 gold in total. Down there is their happiness level. Now, as we progress through this, they will get more and more needs. So it starts off with them just wanting company and food, which you can see down here. So when you click on a peasant house, not only does it show you up here their happiness level, but down here it's showing you what makes up that happiness level. Now, if I left click on need for food, it brings up the radar of that. And at the moment you can see that it's just fish that they need in order to eat. Okay, that just fish gives them enough happiness for all of the food side of it. Over here we have the need for company, which of course is our marketplace. So I've met that need 100%. Next they're going to be asking for drink. When I get to 60 peasants, because remember at the moment I've only got 24, but when I get to 60 then this will open up. You can't click on it at the moment, but at 60 peasants we'll then need to start supplying them drink. Let's go back to the house construction menu and let's place some more houses. Now you can use your mouse scroll wheel to scroll in and out. To move around the screen, you just move your cursor to the edge of the screen and it will scroll that way, so nice and simple. If you keep the middle mouse scroll button pressed down, you'll see that icon that appears of the globe and 2 arrows, and you can swivel the screen around. So I'm going to straighten it up like that and then zoom in. Okay, so we need to do more peasant houses. So he says build 3 peasant houses. So we'll click on the peasant house and we'll go 1. And I always try to think about how I'm going to do my roads, because if I put another house there, that means I can't do a road going across, which I may want to do. So I will put... Yeah, I don't know, it's a bit strange to start with, but it doesn't matter. Let's just do one there.
You have killed 2 birds with 1 stone. More subjects will not only enable you to build the chapel, but you will also fill your city coffers with more tax income.
Notice that when you first build a house, it just starts off with 1 peasant. As time moves on, the house will fill up with more peasants, providing their needs are met down here. If they are happy, if this stays, that little arrow stays within this green. Oh, there's the 15-minute timer. I've gone a little longer though, as this is the first episode. Notice one more person has gone into the house. That means our income has gone up a bit. We're now earning a gross of 28. We're now getting a profit of 8. That's going straight into our coffers. So as time moves on, these 3 houses that I just built will slowly fill up with people. We will get more money. When I've got 60 peasants, then they will start wanting drink. If I go back to
You have killed 2 birds with 1 stone. More subjects will not only enable you to build the chapel, but you will also fill your city coffers with more tax income.
So there we go. Let's click OK on that so we don't keep telling us it.
You should definitely have a look around your warehouse while your population are moving into their new houses.
Good idea, Lord Northberg. Okay, so the warehouse is where all of your goods are stored. So when your woodsmen are cutting trees, little men on carts will come out of the warehouse and go and collect it, which we'll see in a moment. So I'm going to left click on this because you can see the gold arrows telling us that.
Just look at that. All your goods are stored here and everything has been meticulously written down.
Yeah, how good. So, when you click on the small
Your
warehouse...
wood supplies are dwindling. You should quickly hire some lumberjacks. I was also hoping that you would later provide me with some wood for the Imperial Cathedral.
Yes, yes, all in good time, my dear Lord Northberg. Okay, so this is the warehouse, and as the resources fill up from the different buildings you have, they'll go into here. You will see little arrows appear, sometimes at the top pointing down, meaning your resources are dwindling, sometimes at the bottom pointing up, meaning that your resources are growing. That's a good indication to know whether you have enough building types for that resource. Because obviously if the arrow appears saying they're dwindling, normally that means you're using up the resources quicker than you're harvesting them. But if you've just gone through a major building campaign, then of course it will show the arrow going down simply because you've just used a load to build, and then when you're off doing other things that gives it a chance to fill back up. So you've got your resources of wood, tools, here's fish, the food, and there's the drink which we'll be getting to. This is for your goods storage. Next you have your strong room. Strong room is where the quest items go in. As you gain quests, this is where they will be appearing. And down here is for trading. Later on in the islands, when it gets progressively more difficult, you might want to sell your goods to other islands, other settlers or colonies. Or it might be that you want to buy them if you haven't got enough. So the third one is trading, but you'll be sticking with the goods for now. Right, okay, so this is now flashing. Let's have a look. So it's opened up the woodcutters, Lumberjacks hut. So let's build one. Because, as he says, we don't want to run out of wood. It's a main resource that we need. So I'm going to put mine just there. There we go. So it cost us 50 gold and 2 tools. Now the next thing to do is to connect it with a road.
How can the market carts collect the finished goods from the plants without a road to the warehouse?
Yes, I know. I was just telling them that. So anyway, look, you can see the roads have just appeared. So let's click on the roads. And where do we want the road? Let's take it down this way because there's no trees here. And there we go. We've now got a road to our warehouse. Now you will see if we zoom in, you're going to see the lumberjacks go off cutting trees. How cool is that? Over here it's telling us the productivity is 93%. If I click on this, it might, see it just grew some more trees and it put our productivity up. So you can fine tune your buildings, as I will be showing you. There's a little man from the warehouse going to pick up the wood as the woodman cut the trees and takes it back to here, and you'll see it appears there in our stockpile. So you see that's what happens. They go back and forth from the warehouse collecting the goods. It is also beautifully done. And you'll see as they gather the wood in the lumberjack's hut, it appears down here on the left hand side. Number 5 is the maximum amount of logs that they can hold in their storage. and on the left is the amount that they've accumulated. But of course the warehouse will keep collecting it. So you see they've got one in there now, but off they go to get it as soon as it's done. Okay, so that is the warehouse. What's he saying next? So I need 2 lumberjacks to fulfill this task. So let's go back to the building menu, do another lumberjacks, and this one I will put just there. I'm keeping the space up here in case I want to grow my settlement around that. So for this I'm keeping it near the warehouse. Let's just do it there. Okay, how much product? Oh, we got 100%, but when I lay the road down, that might chew up a bit of it. So
how can the market carts collect finished goods from the plants
Oh,
without a road to the warehouse?
He does like to whine this one. Anyway, let's do the road, keep him happy.
Ah, excellent. Now there's nothing to keep you from starting new construction projects. And, God willing, you'll soon help me work on the scaffolding for the Imperial Cathedral.
Yes, yes. Okay. Right,
Might
okay.
I give you a small piece of advice? You should build a fisherman's hut. Quickly. A hungry population is likely to rebel.
He's quite right there. You definitely don't want them starving, else they will be out on the streets doing marching. And so anyway, let's quickly build a fisherman's hut, and I'll put it down. Yeah, I suppose there's not room for 2 there, so I'll just put 1.
Wonderful. The fisherman has started work. Your population will thank you for your foresight.
Yes. Right. Okay. So
Ah, I see you found some wood for me.
put the
Can
road.
my sailors start loading the ship?
Yes, they can. I'll just put the road there to make sure that it's connected. I think it was anyway with that, but I'll just put that just in case. Let's OK that, because he wants some wood.
You truly are an immense help.
Because I had
If this
enough wood in
cathedral
my
cures the
stockpile,
Emperor, he will thank you as well for your loyalty.
because I'd gathered enough wood in my stockpile, that quest of him asking for the wood for his boat, you see automatically updated here. So they sense the quest
I'm
givers.
putting you in command of this ship as thanks for your help. You'd better board the ship now, as the crew is most eager to meet you.
So you'll see, as you get your tasks and your quests, providing you've got the resources, providing you're in the right area, so for example if another island asks for 50 stone, providing you take your boat and it's got 50 stone on it, and you land somewhere outside of their warehouse, it will automatically just update for you, telling you that they'll start saying, right, thank you for, is that 50 stone for me, just like he just did there. So let's click on the boat.
I see you have found your ship.
Yes, I can.
You must be longing to explore the waters around your new home.
Oh, I am.
You'll have plenty of opportunities.
Good. Let's OK that.
Oh dear, your gift. I completely forgot to give it to you. And to make matters worse, it fell overboard as I was leaving. The crate must be floating somewhere in the ocean.
He obviously thought a lot of the gift for me. That's why he's decided to drop it into the ocean. But fortunately, it's not far. So this is something else that you'll get. When you do sea battles and you destroy the enemy's boats, always remember to look out for cargo that they may have dropped, because it can be very, very useful. How do we get this cargo? Left click on your boat to select it. It gets that yellow ring. Then just right click on the actual object, and it will go and pick it up.
Ah, what a stroke of luck! The goods crate is intact. If you lay those tools out in the warehouse to dry, you will certainly be able to use them.
Yep, and being tools, very, very useful. So we just sail to our warehouse by right clicking. With your boat selected, you just right click anywhere and it will go there. Once your boat's got near your warehouse, left click here where it says start trade, and select. You can select 1, 10, or is that 1? Oh, maximum amount. I usually go with 10, and then just left click, and it puts it straight into your warehouse like so. And that's how you collect goods from your boat. Down here you can see that the central menu is flashing. Let's quickly...
Excellent. I see that you're familiarizing yourself with the sextant and the spyglass. That will make life much easier.
Yeah, so he's just actually spoke about what me clicking on this menu here. So over here you've got your quest log. Let's open that.
I'd like to ask a favour, please. There are so many hungry mouths to feed on the cathedral construction site that there's hardly any food left for the stonemasons on my island in the south. Could you spare me some of your fish?
Okay, so he wants some of our fish. I suppose I can do that. It's only 10 fish after all, so we'll okay that.
Let's
over
have
here.
another look to see if you have enough fish in the goods storage.
Cool, he don't know anything about this. He's just asked for it and he wants to take it already. Okay, so as you can see over here, when you click on this and you click on the quest log, it will update all the quests in there. You'll also be able to see them over here. Remember the fact of being able to left click and drag down. Okay, I will end this episode here because otherwise I could quite easily get very carried away with this, as I do love playing. But anyway, I'll end this episode here and we will carry on in the next episode exactly from here. So you can see all of the progress of my progression. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed episode 1 of Anno 1404. Goodbye.